So I told you about how I started just wanting $100 a day. That was my goal. Just $100 a day. Just enough to survive, pay some bills, live a little better. But then I had this goal where I wanted $1,000. Like $1,000 seemed like $1 million to me. And I wanted my first G, and I would always get to 300, 400, 700. And then I play CeeLo, I play dice and I lose it. Or I flip and get a bad pack, or someone will steal something from me. Or every time I got close to 1,000, something would happen, and I would never get to that G. And then one day, after hustling and meeting one of the guys, actually an Asian dude I met, and I was trying to get to my first G. He wanted to buy like a half ounce or something. I didn't have a half ounce worth of product. So I went to the store and I got some baby Similac and I mixed it with my product. And I made up what looked like an ounce to me anyway, or half ounce or whatever it was he wanted. And I sold it all to him. And he had to pay me like $1,200. And I made my first G. And that first G meant everything to me, although I went about the wrong way. But in the game, there was no rules. There was no more guidelines. It was get it how you live. And so for me, coming from poverty, never even seeing never seen $1,000 a day in my life. And so to see $1,000, never even hear my parents talk about having an accessible bank account with $1,000. Like, we didn't live like that. We lived paycheck to paycheck. We lived from borrow from Peter and rob Peter to pay Paul. So for me to have come to my first G at 16 years old, it just was a driver to me. It was like my first marker. Then I wanted 3. Then I made 3. Then I was like, I wanted 5. Then I wanted 10. And it just kept creeping. But those little goals added to big goals. And I believe it's important in business and important in life that we give ourselves small victories. And then we build on those small victories. But when I set out that goal to have a G, I approached it with the same vigor and this drive that I do everything, and I knew I wasn't going to stop, and by any means necessary I was going to have $1,000. And that's what I did. By any means necessary, I got my first G. And that's what we got to do within moral guidelines, within moral boundaries though. We got to do anything necessary within those guidelines to get our goals and outwork the work.